Mikael Avatar here from Thailand. This is my Sunday talk. Sunday talk is rambling about anything that comes in my head. It's my 60th day live streaming from Thailand. So I believe that every person can make a difference in the world. If I can, you can. That's my statement. That's really what I believe. I believe that every person in the whole world can make a difference. What's making a difference? I make an impact on the people around me that I meet every day, whatever I do. Good, bad, neutral, it doesn't matter. I make an impact. And the more I develop with myself, the more true I can be to myself. And I believe that that makes the world a better place to live in. That's what I believe in. So I do this live streaming to prove to myself and to you, can I do this? Can you put up a camera? Yes, talk. It doesn't matter what you talk about. Just talk. I have skilled of talking for many, many years. Public speaking, coaching people, and so on. But I have practiced. I practiced how to speak, how to help people get more and more aware about the surroundings they have in their life and how it affects them, and how by thinking slightly differently you can have a different outcome. That's my practice in the world. This live streaming is, for me, it's the 60th day. After 60 days, it's a habit. It's more implanted in my daily life. So whatever you do in your life, 60 day, 30 day is the first step. 60 day is the next step. That means that the habit is more in your body, more connected to you, and it's you don't care. You don't care. It's like you have reprogrammed your brain after 60 days. Scientifically, it's really 66 days, but 60 is a good measure. The next one is 90 days. So 30 more days, and then it's like automatic. So whatever you want to do in life, you have to do it 90 days in a row, every day for 90 days. Then your brain is reprogrammed for whatever you want to do. Is it playing basketball? Is it writing every day? Is it start a new school? Start a new workplace? Buy a new car? It is 90 days before you know all the angles in the car and how it works. You can drive more automatically. 90 days, whatever you do. So why don't we do 90 days of whatever we want to do in our life? Only 90 days. That's nothing. It's 3 months of a year. 3 months of 10 years to reprogram your brain to whatever you want. Only do it a little bit every day. Normally I do around 10-15 minutes speech every day. Today is Sunday, my free day, so I do 30 minutes. Why do I do 30 minutes and not 20 or 55? Or, well, there is like a Facebook algorithm, and after 20 minutes, they connect you to a different network. So it's really because of Facebook that I push myself to talk more than 20 minutes. Half an hour is like the limit where the brain, if you listen to a person, starts to wander away, starts to want to have a break. The concentration disappears. So normal classes are 45 minutes. So that's because the brain needs resting, disconnected after 40 minutes. So normally I work 40 minutes with people on Skype, Zoom, whatever. Then we have a break, 5-10 minutes, 5-10 minutes break, that's enough. And then we start again. And the interesting part of having a break after 40 minutes is that when you come back, your thoughts have laid down, so you are more effective. If I clean for 45 minutes, have a break, 5 minutes, I finish the cleaning much faster. Or if I reading a book, or if I talk to people, let's have a break, let's have a coffee, let's have whatever. So 30, 40 minutes, whatever you do, I have a break after. If you have working, don't work 2 hours. Have at least 2 breaks in 2 hours. You will work more effectively in this. So that was like the intro. I had this crazy idea what I should talk today. Normally, I had no manuscript today, but there was something. I woke up 4 hours ago, 4 o'clock in the morning. Normally, I go up 4 o'clock in the morning, even if it's Sunday. 5 for sure, I'm up. Many business people, they go up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. It's like a habit. You can't turn off the clock. When I was young, I had this. I read a lot of books in my life, and the best time for studying. Listen now. The best time for studying, scientifically, they have tested, is put your watch on 4 o'clock in the morning and study for the exam if you go to school between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock in the morning, because it's like you have no filter. Your brain take in all the information straight away. After you have a deep sleep, you wake up, you study 2 hours, sleep 1 hour, and then you go to school, work, whatever. So between 4 and 6 in the morning is the best time to study, to get information hooked in your brain or whatever. So since I was 9, 8, 10 years old, I did this. And it works. It really works. So still, I'm 52 now. Still, I have my inner watch is waking me up 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. So that's a habit for over 40 years. What I was going to talk about this half hour, it was like 30 years ago, 92. A lot of stuff happening, 92, 91 in my life. One of the I was the Swedish team leader for Paralympic, for athletics team, athletics running team. I was only 20, 21, 22 years old. I went to a sports school in Sweden called Bosön, read mental training books that we have exam on and so forth, how to program your brain. It was a lot of that stuff. The first day I remember when I came to the school, they have a good athletic arena, so I could train much for the Olympic and so on. I was shocked. Wow, we're having lessons. I thought we should train 24/7. I in my mind, it was like, wow, we are going to educate ourselves to be sports consultant. I don't know how we translate that, but it was a shock. Seriously, I was so focused on my training, and I think there were 23 people in this class, and so 21 was in the national sports team. So it was a very interesting kind of people. So I went to this school, trained a lot, and I was the captain of the Swedish national team. And I didn't know anything about life. Seriously, I have no clue how to live. I just train. And then I train more. It was totally focused on training. And I have some good stories. One is from Spain. I had this group of runners. I think we were 3 and we were in Spain, national training camp for Barcelona. I don't know, maybe it was 92. Yeah, it must have been 92, I think. And we were invited to the Spanish national team, the people we were competing against in the Paralympics. And they had a national camp in Pamplona. I don't know if you know, Pamplona is famous for once a year sending out the bulls on the streets. Um, that's what they are famous for. What I know they are famous for, maybe they are famous for other stuff. So as a national team leader, I said, let's go to the Spanish national team camp. So I went to the car and I brought a map to go to Pamplona. And the map was like Spanish and it doesn't look so far. Let's go. So we started like 10 o'clock in the evening. And it was like 400 kilometers. I don't know what that is in miles, but it's far. It's like a 4-hour drive. We started 10 o'clock evening. So it's like coming to the place like 3, 4 in the morning. And we got lost, totally lost so we stopped at the gas station and I looked at the map and I saw this small road because we was off track. If we go 2-3 kilometers, we can go this road. Small road on the map. And we did that. It was a curve, another curve, and then it was a straight road. And I mean straight. I think we drive 1 hour completely straight in the middle of the night. I mean, no curve, no up, no down, totally straight for 1 hour. And after 1 hour, there was this little village. It was 1 o'clock, maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. We hadn't seen one single car. And we could see at the horizon that there was a there was a traffic light. You can see it coming closer. And it changed to green, it changed to red. And you can see it kilometers before we came there. And I was young, driving quite fast. There was no cars. And I thought, what should we stop at the traffic light? There was nothing there, nothing. So I slowed down a bit. And then I ran the traffic light because I felt we was in a hurry to come to this Pamplona. It was very, very late. And I ran the traffic light and straight away a police car appeared. They from nowhere. So they stopped us. And I told my friends, don't talk. No talking. I take care of this. So I thought I jumped out of the car, took my map, and I said, Where are we? Where are we? And pointed on the map. We are lost. And one of the policemen came and told that they could barely speak English. This is Spain. They speak Spanish, but barely. So that you traffic light, and he started to communicate somewhere. And I said, where are we? We are lost. And the other policeman, he was holding his hand on his gun and didn't know what to expect. Here, a guy, driver with cerebral palsy, shaking, speaking very badly. Was he on drugs? What's going on here? And the other guy, he was holding his hand on his gun, and he forced the other people out from the car. And there were 4 people with cerebral palsy in the car, shaking. The eyes on the police people, they were stunned. They didn't know what to do with us. Maybe they all are on the drugs. They have no clue. So they open every door. They check back in the car. I opened the car, and there was the national Swedish team clothes. So you can see we were sportsmen, and the Olympic, Paralympic, because the Barcelona Paralympic was the 92, so we were there for training for Paralympic. So everybody knows that it was the Olympic going on in Spain. So I saw Swedish team, and there was a book about autonomy, how to stretch and so on. And one of the guy lifted up the book and autonomy, you sports, sports. And they let us go. They helped us out to the highway. We had to pay some fees, and my friend sitting next to me was checking back. Are they gone? Are they gone? And well, the police car went away, and they showed us the big highway. We started laughing because my friend sitting next to me, he is half Spanish, and half Swedish. I think his mother was Swedish and his father was Spain. So he understood what they were talking about. So that's why I told them to not talk Spanish, because if Dave starts talking Spanish, I was out, and they will only talk to him. So he started to tell what the policeman said. And when we came out of the car, all 4 of us, the policeman with holding his hand on the gun said, "Look, there are 4. What do we do? What do we do now? There are 4 like that. People shaking around." And we had a lot of fun with that. I think we laughed half an hour. And finally, we came to Pamplona, and we trained with the Spanish national team for a day or 2. And that was the story I was reminded of, the responsibility of driving people as a team leader. The I put them really in danger. Uh, I was young, stupid, driving too quickly, whatever. Uh, the Spanish guy who was Swedish Spanish father, he didn't make the team for 96 Olympic. Um, so he moved back to Spain, seriously, and uh, 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 went with the Spanish national team to 96 Olympic, Paralympic, um, um, because he didn't qualify. So I met him in the semi-final in 100 meter, in the Olympic semi-final. And my coach told me, I don't care if you come to the final. You have to be before him. That's it. That's your assignment. You have to beat him. I don't care if you come to the final. So at the final, um, I had 1398. 1398 in 100 meter semi-final. He had 1401. That's 300 of a second different. And we had one guy between us at 1400. Those two people didn't come to the final. I was the only one in the final from those three people. 300 of a second different. I can tell you, whatever I've done in my life, for sure, it's all in your head. The pictures are that you program your head with. The pictures that convincing the policeman to not do some crazy stuff with us. They're convincing to come to Pamplona. They're convincing of winning in a 100-meter semi-final from this guy abandoning us from Sweden and go to Spain to train for Spain instead of Sweden. It's all in your head. I mean, they have done studies from national teams who will go to the Olympic and who will not go. Physically, they are all at the same level, pushing weights, same amount, or near the same amount. And the only thing that makes those go and those who don't, it's in your head, totally in your head. So that's why I say to people, you have to reprogram your way of thinking. That's it. The way you see the world. Because when you have that strong picture in your thinking pattern, nobody can stop you. Nobody. You are so focused. And I know it takes only 60 days of doing a thing every day. After 90 days, it's like brushing your teeth or putting on your shoe. You do it automatically without thinking. Like driving a car, you don't think. You know every uh, move in the traffic. You see the bicycle, the whatever. It's automatically. So this was my Sunday talk uh, today. I hope you enjoyed my, I call it the life extraordinary stories. I hope I deliver it uh, in a way you enjoyed. So I will finish with my statement. I um, I really stand for this. Everything I do, I because start again. Everything I do is because that all people can make a difference in the world. If I can do it, you can do it. Thank you for listening to my Sunday talk. I see you tomorrow, Monday. Take care.